Hello, beautiful souls. I want you to take a deep breath for a moment and let go of whatever weight you might be carrying. Life has a way of testing us, throwing challenges our way when we least expect it. When we feel lost, unsure, or overwhelmed, it can be hard to find our bearings. But what if I told you that within the toughest of times, there lies a hidden clarity, a way through the storm? Today, we're diving into 10 powerful quotes that will help you find that clarity, one step at a time. I want you to hold these words close to your heart. Let them guide you and give you the peace of mind you need when life feels chaotic. Let's begin the journey, starting from number 10. Number 10. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Jean de la Bruyère. Isn't it beautiful how this quote flips our perception? When we're in the middle of hardship, it's so easy to see only the struggle. But Jean de la Bruyère reminds us that miracles are often born from those very struggles. Think of those moments in your life when you felt completely lost or broken. And yet, somehow, you emerged stronger, wiser, or with a new sense of purpose. Miracles aren't always big, flashy events. Sometimes they're small shifts in perspective that allow you to see light where you once saw only darkness. That is clarity, emerging quietly but powerfully from the hardest times. Number 9. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Henry Ford. Let's picture it for a second. You're on an airplane, about to soar into the sky. And what's that? The wind is pushing against you, making the ascent a bit more challenging. But that's exactly what makes the flight possible. Henry Ford's quote teaches us that adversity isn't something that holds us back. It's what propels us forward. Tough times don't define our ability to succeed. They actually fuel us. When the winds are against us, they're setting us up for greater heights, just like the plane lifting off the runway. So when you feel resistance in your life, don't see it as a roadblock. See it as the force that will launch you into something greater. Number 8. The greatest clarity comes when you take the time to step back and reflect. Anonymous. Sometimes the most difficult part of tough times isn't the struggle itself. It's the overwhelming emotions that cloud our judgment. We can't think straight, and we can't see the way forward. This anonymous quote reminds us that clarity comes from stepping back. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Reflect. When everything is swirling around you, take that step back and find a moment of stillness. It's in that space of quiet reflection that your mind begins to settle, and the answers you've been searching for start to emerge. Sometimes clarity isn't about pushing through the noise. It's about embracing the silence long enough to hear what your heart has been trying to say. Number 7. Don't look for the meaning of life. Give life meaning. Anonymous. We all go through phases when we question the bigger picture. Why is this happening to me? What's the purpose of all this struggle? But what if instead of seeking an answer to the meaning of life, we focus on creating meaning within our lives? This quote invites us to shift from a passive search to an active creation. In times of confusion, sometimes the best thing you can do is to create something small that brings you purpose. A simple act of kindness, a creative project, or even just a moment of gratitude. By giving life meaning, you suddenly find clarity in places where you once felt lost. You take the reins and chart your own course. Number 6. This too shall pass. Persian proverb. Ah, yes, the age-old reminder that this moment, however intense or overwhelming, is temporary. It's easy to forget this when you're in the midst of a storm. But remember, nothing lasts forever. Not the bad times, not the tough times. And sometimes, just reminding yourself of that fact is all the clarity you need to weather the storm. When you realize that everything is fluid, you begin to understand that your challenges are not permanent. You can find peace knowing that the clouds will part, the sun will shine, and this moment will pass, leaving behind new lessons and growth. Number 5. The obstacle is the path. Zen proverb. What if the obstacles we face are not roadblocks, but instead the very thing that shows us the way? This Zen proverb turns the idea of an obstacle on its head. What if the challenge you're facing is actually the path to your greatest growth? Every detour, every bump along the way holds wisdom, even if it's painful. This quote invites us to reframe our struggles as opportunities, a way to build resilience, patience, and insight. The obstacle is the path, and the clarity we seek is often found by embracing the very thing we fear. Number 4. Clarity comes from action, not thought. Marie Forleo. Ever found yourself overthinking a decision, stuck in a loop of analysis paralysis? It's like you're sitting in a fog, waiting for clarity to magically appear. But Marie Forleo's quote tells us that clarity isn't something we find in our thoughts. It's something we create through action. Sometimes the path becomes clear not by waiting for it to reveal itself, but by stepping forward, even if it's just one small step. Action clears the fog. So when you feel uncertain, move. Even a tiny step will help clear the way and give you the clarity you need to keep going. Number 3. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, the master of the mind, knew that within every difficulty was a hidden opportunity. Tough times aren't just challenges, they're invitations to find new ways of thinking, new approaches, new possibilities. When you're in the thick of it, you may not see the opportunity at first, but if you can shift your mindset, if you can look at the difficulty from a fresh angle, you'll uncover the gifts hidden within. It's like looking at a closed door and realizing there's a window just around the corner. Clarity is not just in knowing the way forward, it's in recognizing the opportunities that arise in every challenge. Number 2. The only way out is through. Robert Frost. This quote from Robert Frost might just be the simplest yet most profound truth about tough times. When you're struggling, it's tempting to avoid the pain or run away from it. But the truth is, the only way out of difficulty is through it. Embrace the struggle. Feel the emotions. Sit with the discomfort. Because it's only by walking through it that you'll come out on the other side, stronger, clearer, and more capable than before. The clarity you're searching for isn't found by avoiding the hardship. It's found by facing it head-on. Number 1. Let things flow. The universe knows where it's going. Anonymous. The final quote invites us to surrender a bit, to trust the process, and to allow things to unfold naturally. When we're caught in the whirlwind of tough times, it's easy to feel like we have to control every aspect. But this quote reminds us that sometimes the best thing we can do is let go. Trust that the universe has a plan, even if it doesn't always look like the one we imagined. Clarity comes when we stop fighting the flow and begin to trust that we are exactly where we need to be. The universe has a way of guiding us, even when we can't see the path ahead. So there you have it. 10 quotes to help you find clarity during those tough times when life seems overwhelming. Sometimes, the answers aren't about changing the circumstances around us. They're about shifting how we view them. With a little reflection, action, and trust, you can find the clarity you seek. Remember, difficulties are not permanent, and the path forward will reveal itself, one step at a time. Keep going, keep trusting, and let life unfold as it's meant to. Thank you for joining me on this journey toward clarity. I hope these words bring peace to your soul and help you navigate whatever you may be facing right now.